All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah. Soon steady kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Soon Steady YouTube page. Dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. If you feel in that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description. It's in the chat. Click it. You'll get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join, even if you don't. I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Soon Seti DVD, lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. I want you to get over there, get that discount, get you something nice, shop and save and shop. That's right, family. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University. We're talking about over 2,500 videos, all the subject that you know and love from the general. We're talking about the Too Raw for YouTube, the Making of the White Man's series, all debates, all religions exposed, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism. We got Black Illuminati. We got world news for Black Americans with the general. That's right. We got ancient and modern African science, technology, and math. We got holiday, Holocaust, creatures from the Caucasus, rise of the Neanderthal, video library and catalog, and so much, much more. There's not another website on the planet that can compare or compete. You should become a member today. Everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon, dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon. Man, we got that fire today. Ancient Egyptian origins of solar chakra magic. We talking Black divinity today, family. I want you over there. We also got today, matter of fact, a couple of more videos up. Shool, ancient Egyptian god of celestial electricity. And y'all know this is a lecture format. So you know I bring out some very dynamic photos. I want you to get on over there and get that work today. Become a patron. You got King Seti on Rumble, the Black Power Scholar that will not stumble or fumble. I'm on Rumble. Please subscribe. To all the family that donate to the general, I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there would like to donate to the hard-working general. The link right there on the screen is in the chat, is in the video description. Click it. Donate. I thank you. I appreciate you. I do. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, we talking about a young brother named Mason Schermerhorn. Okay, he was one of the 4 individuals that was killed down in Georgia at the high school, and you know it's a sad a situation. You know that the young brother lost his life, and you know, and why do I focus? You know, I wanted to focus on the young brother. You know, and show people, you know, that, you know, when you talk about proximity, you know, to, you know, people that, you know, we understand the society and what it is. And a lot of people, we got far, you know, that want to be, we separate ourselves to a certain extent. We separate ourselves and say, you know, I'm not with that group, and we not. But you're so close in proximity that, you know, you may not be unified in politics. You may not be unified in racial origin. You may not be unified in religion. You may not be unified in cultural origin, but you're unified in proximity. You see, you unified in proximity. What am I talking about? you know, it's just like a lot of people root for the fall of the United States. You see, and you know, and I understand for why many, but you know, would do that because they, you know, they feel like this society has done so much damage to them, you know, and had done so much damage to them that they don't have no reason to root for, you know, especially when the society is not even trying to make things right with what, you know, the devastation that has happened to, you know, to our people. And I speak specifically for black people. You see what I'm saying? And not all black people think that way, you know. Uh, you know, I find my way in dealing with it. You see, I'm not gonna root for you. I'm not gonna root for you at all. You see, what I want is for our people to get what's due them and our people to separate and do what's necessary to, you know, establish themselves in this world of nations. You know, that's what I see. I don't, you know, because if, you know, any other way, even if it had to fall that way, we don't speak it in, you know, in a way that we can, you know, have ourselves, you know, destroyed before we can even get the ball rolling. You see, and so his ways of getting around, you know, Hannibal didn't always go straight at somebody. He'll go around the mountain. You see, he'll catch him around the mountain, and that's what we're talking about. And so, you know, the proximity, meaning that, you know, you got a lot of people out here that don't give a goddamn about, you know, you think you, because you black and, you know, this, that, and the third, and you I see black people root for Russia. They root for China, saying, man, China is better than the United States. China gonna beat the United States. You got motherfuckers say, and what I'm saying is that our unity is not in political you know, camaraderie, or it's based on you know, the fact that we live so close. You know, it's the fact that we live so that if somebody attack this nation, they attack us. You see, they attack us. And so, you know, that's what we have to realize when we go to talking about, you know, and realizing that, you know, we are out here in this world, you know, and when you know, and it's a certain sickness, you know, there's, you know, they always try to put things on our people, and we have to speak this because, you know, they have done this to us for many years now. They have said how bad, you know, black people are, and it's some shit that is really, you know, is a serious sickness that got to be dealt with. But, you know, the society made it seem like it was just us, that they so good and shit, you know, that they so good, and see, this was the lie. This was the lie. And so a lot of times we, you know, a lot of our people, they want to be close to the, you know, to the Caucasians because they think they're going somewhere better. They think they're going somewhere better. You see? They think they're going somewhere better. That, you know, this is a better, you know, and sickness don't give a goddamn because you live in a better house. Sickness don't mean, you know, don't mean shit because you got a university style computer lab in your goddamn high school, and you got a goddamn, look like I look out there and goddamn I saw the, you know, the football field for the high school look like a damn college football. I say, was goddamn, is that Georgia University? I say, damn. You see, you have all these things. But just like, one of the things the Bible said, it say, motherfucker, what it says, sepulchres, white sepulchres. You see, but inside nothing but dead man bones. You see, so you see all these things, and and it looks so beautiful, and so on and so forth. But inside the mind, the sicknesses, it's our closeness, to these people, it's our closeness to these people, and so that has to be taken into consideration, even from the outside. I say it from the inside and the outside, that you ain't running from this shit. And and when you see the enemies on the outside, when they look into the inside, they also see you. They don't just when that boy who had that assault rifle, he didn't stop and he shot anybody he saw, and that's the same for the outside, on the outside of the United States, they don't see your ass no different, they don't see your ass no different. And so, when we talk this shit, that don't mean you unite with your oppressor and this, that, and the third. You don't unite. You continue to fight, but you understand that, let me get this word. I had it. It's a particular word that I was using, that I want to make sure I stay with that word. Proximity. That's the word I was looking for. Proximity. You see, in your proximity to the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. See, so if somebody have a beef with them, that don't mean we united politically. That don't mean we united politically. It's the proximity of us that would cause us to take damage just like them. You see, so that either we gonna come in our mind to separate, you see, to separate. And I know it's hard. This is a lesson in a moment. The proximity, you gonna take damage. You see, you gonna take damage. Internally, externally, you gonna take the damage. And so I'm saying, so you might not be politically with the conservatives in the Cro-Magnon and MAGA and all the like to them. But when the enemy from the outside, who may be, clashing with these people, because they say they're going to attack them, they're going to attack you. You're in proximity. The closeness in proximity. So if you're going to act, if you want to be here, you're unified in proximity. That's just all it is to it. Either you're going to separate, either you're going to goddamn separate, or you're going to take, and I feel for this young man. I know I feel for him, and he going to school. They said he looks like a pretty good guy. You see, look like a pretty good guy. Going to do his work and trying to, live his life, and here out of no goddamn where. You see, and people think they can flee, but it's a sickness in this society, and you can dress it up. You can put houses up and 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 all these beautiful things. Them be some of the most craziest motherfuckers. You see, you can't run from this. And so, and people think that just because they see a nice neighborhood, nice schools, and this, that, and that is free from that sickness. You wrong. See, this is the illusion. You wrong. The sickness is all throughout. It's all throughout. It's all throughout. Period. So a lot of our people say, we're going to send our kids to good schools. What does that mean? Huh? What does that mean? To send them to good school. And then, and it's the good schools where the majority of all these mass killings is happening. Do y'all realize that? It's the good schools. You see? Yes. Yes. But see, this is why, because people think they can flee from reality. They don't have to deal with it. They mask it up. How many goddamn killers like this then went on in the last goddamn 20 years? It's just a normal. They have normalized it, the reality. I mean, how many times you gonna let it happen? And really, what can you do? What can you do? And the sickness is so deep into the society. It's so deep. It's generations and generations. You know what I'm saying? Of sickness that been passed down, and you know what I'm saying? And from the very days of our ancestors, where they normalized the brutal, this shit, you would see it on horror movies, the things that they were doing. They didn't have to answer to nobody, so they and show you the sickness. See, they're not talking about that. When they talk about, what happened in slavery, they say, oh, it was brutal and this was, but y'all act like passing the motherfucking Emancipation Proclamation or some shit like that, or put a motherfucking amendment in the Constitution. These motherfuckers is sick. They still out here. They still in politics. They still was governors. They were still all these positions. They were sick. And they continue to live in society unabated, unmolested. You see what I'm saying? Passing down these teachings to their babies. And even though they may not, and some of them did, but they still passed it down. So if they didn't go out in the streets and do nothing, they were still at home and shit, atmosphere, they breathing it, they talking like this at home, talking crazy. Still the sickness have been passed down generation and generation until now that shit thick. It's so thick in the goddamn atmosphere. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. And they didn't want to deal with it. That's the reality. Just like they don't want to deal with it now. Do you know how deep you would have to go and all the shit you would have to do to get this type of sickness out of the people? Don't want to can't deal with it. Mike can't be dealt with. Do y'all understand that? Mike can't, it can't be dealt with. It's so deep down into the very essence of the people and the nation that it can't even be dealt with. It's been going on for so long that it can't be dealt with. Because if a motherfucker sick like that, they don't give a fuck if they got a gun. Do you see some killers, motherfuckers like Jason, they have a knife. You see, they ain't just had no goddamn gun. They had knives. They had axes and shit and all that kind of shit. You see, I'm showing you what type of motherfucker they'll kill you with whatever. You see what I'm saying? Watch the movies. They'll show you. Motherfucker go get a harpoon, whatever the fuck, if they sick like that. And their propensity is to kill. And and so this is the illusion that been put in front of our face, that going out into these areas and yes, our shit we need to clean our shit up. But don't act like you leaving hell and you going to heaven. No, it ain't that way. Come out of that illusion. You're not leaving hell going into heaven. And a lot of time, where you at very well may be better than where you going. A lot of times where you at may be better than where you going. A lot of times. Not always so, but a lot of times that it is. It is. So understand, family, that, and, this is all throughout society, proximity, the eternal effect of living next to a people, you see, that has endorsed this, is undescribable shit. Don't want to deal with. We just write in there, this was a horrible time. The people were sick, though. The people were sick that did this. They were sick. And people not saying that. They didn't just commit heinous crimes. They were sick, and they passed this sickness down. And you see it today. It's not going anywhere. Y'all better wake up. The proximity. Separate. Elevate. Separate. You see, recreate a nation. You see, that is built on the foundation of divinity, black divinity. That's the only option for our people. It's telling you. Because, like I say, it ain't going to get better. It's only going to get worse. This is General Sarasun Seti. I want y'all to hit me up, support the general. And, man, let's send our condolences out to the family. Such a sad situation. We don't want to see no more of this. We don't want to see it. But it's going to take a movement. You see, it's going to take a movement of the ages to turn this around. Start at home. Start with your own and start at home. This is General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast. Daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.